I just had a really good idea. I say it's an idea. People are going to be like, this is the stupidest thing ever, but that's why I say it's a good idea. Postcards. It's like, you know, the stereotype, like, wish you were here type postcard. Is a recruiter. Do a wish they were here. Put like the candidate's information, like NPC the crap out of that and do like wish they were here because it hits them at the company and stuff. How funny would that be? It's tacky, but it'll work. I guarantee you it'll get their attention. They'll laugh. They'll remember you.
Oh, for sure. And they're going to want to work with you.
Initiating becoming a hiring machine sequence in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Becoming a Hiring Machine. This is your host Sam Keenley, and this is the show that's dedicated to fixing recruitment by going beyond saying what needs to change and instead teaches you how to make that change. Today, we've got a great Tactical Tuesday episode ahead of us, but before we get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about the show. Essentially, we have shows within the show here. Some days we have interviews with industry thought leaders and others who are shaking up the space, while other days we cover trending topics. Stop by every Tuesday like today for a Tactical Tuesday episode where we go deep on how to do something that's going to help you drive better results in your day-to-day. And occasionally you get a mic drop episode from our founder Matt where he shares something that he's been thinking about within the recruitment space and wants you to know. As a reminder, if you do like the content that we share here on the show, make sure that you subscribe for more. All right, today's Tactical Tuesday. It's getting harder and harder and harder and harder to capture the attention of hiring managers with prospecting. The days of the subject line, I've got a great candidate for you, are a pleasant, distant memory. So what do we do? How do we break through the noise? How can we gain their attention again to start getting those conversations? Well, lucky for you, we've got 10 ideas today. And here to go through each of them together with us is your favorite Tactical Tuesday co-host, Vivien. Vivien, welcome.
Hello, hello. I'm excited about these 10.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a little bit more lighthearted than usual. There will be some absolute nuggets in here. Don't get me wrong. These will work, but you're going to have to be willing to get a little creative with it. So do we just jump right into it?
Let's do it. Do you want to kick us off with the first one?
I want to kick us off. Yeah, stalk them. Just show up at their office. Number one, show up at their office. If you're local or within a drive, again, I say stalking jokingly, but this is how business operated for decades. More than that, hundreds of years, was you had to go and call on people. So make an appointment or just show up in the lobby, whatever you want to do. But that FaceTime is incredibly underrated, especially in today's growing world of digital presence and everything else. So that will help you significantly stand out. And again, you don't have to be there saying, I've got a candidate for you. We review this resume right now. But no, just go and start the relationship, put a face to the name, talk to them, understand what they're looking for, their company, everything else long term. But yeah, I'd say that's number one. Show up at their office. Number two, Viv.
This is something that I did before, but I invited a potential hiring manager that I was really going after to a networking event. I RSVP'd to the event. I signed them up as my +1. And it was actually a fancy gala where you get to dress up. It was at the Panther Stadium. It was a nice event and it was genuinely invite only. But I showed up without the hiring manager I was targeting.
Did they at least reply or acknowledge any of that though?
They did. So this was actually a really big company that had to go through procurement, and the procurement process is always super long, especially when you have to convince them to work with you. And so that actually convinced procurement to get the process started. And yeah, so it ended up working.
Yeah. Hey, that's creative. I love it. All right, number 3, send them cookies. The way to a recruiter's heart is a hiring manager's heart is through their stomach. May or may not be true. May or may not be stolen from a different quote, but cookies. So in the United States, there is a company I love to use. They're called Grove Cookie Company. Some of the absolute best cookies you've ever had in your life. Just give them the email address. Let them know, hey, I want to send these cookies. They let you pick whatever you want, and they send on your behalf over to the organization. So, I mean, who doesn't love cookies? And it's different. It's not the same, come, here's our recruitment agency t-shirt with our brand on it. Even though you never talked, it's something they're going to enjoy, whether it's for themselves, with their family, with friends, but it's a little bit, it's different. They're going to eat it. It will be memorable because not many other people do it. So I say cookies here because I've used this cookie company before. You can do it with any bakery, any sweets company really, but it's that overarching concept of it's just different enough where it does stand out. Do you want to do number 4?
Which leads us right into number 4, which is Send them a really funny mug. It's so easy to customize and tailor like gear. And everybody has a mug at the office and drinks coffee and beverages out of those mugs. If you can send a really funny one, that can be like a funny face. It can be something like a hiring like favorite a hiring manager's favorite recruiter and like a funny face picture or something like that. You can get really creative with that. It stands out. You can put your number on there. And it's really good advertising across wherever they go at that company. Everybody's going to see that mug. Everybody's going to know that mug. It stands out. And who doesn't like another mug at the office?
Yes. And I will say, make it a decently nice mug. Don't just do like one of those really cheap ones, because it won't get used. That will end up in the trash or donated. But if you make it like a decently nice one, like, you know, they have the Yeti or the Yeti knockoff ones, or just a nice ceramic mug, it will get used regularly, especially in an office.
Yeah. And then you have the cool mug.
Exactly. Win-win all around. All right, number 5. Send a handwritten note or letter. So this one's a little bit more sentimental. This is something I've done for our customers. I've done it before at other companies. I've seen countless sales reps do it, but it works so well. And don't outsource this to a company that, you know, can do all these. Like, it's the thought and time that goes into it that make this so meaningful. This is a one-to-one thing. Like, don't just use the same script for everyone, but do your research. Some of the things that you and I talk about on these different episodes all the time on how do you make relevant outreach or anything else, but like taking the time to write it out, find their address or the business address, send it to them. It will get read. Because I mean, I remember when I worked in an office, I get mail like 3 times a year, and you would have thought it was Christmas for me every time, because you don't get mail in the office ever. So I don't know, it's fun, and again, it's gonna stand out. No one else is doing it. You think about how easy it is to access email, but how many things, same exact place, you want to hit them at the office in front of their computer. It's doing it the same way. It's just a different medium of accomplishing it. So handwritten note definitely can go a long way.
I would even include postcards. If you can like get like a genuine postcard, especially something that is attached to where they're located, or something that you just like know about them, like not in like a creepy way, but you know,
Yeah.
you've done your research.
Viv.
And you can do that as well. So when I worked at PricewaterhouseCoopers in Germany, it was a thing to like whenever you were traveling, you would send a postcard to your manager. Mm-hmm. And so they kept on saying, hey, anytime that you move, send us a postcard. And they like had like a little wall with like a world map where they ended up actually pinning all the different postcards so that they could see where everybody in the particular office has traveled to, even the people that have left on good terms and all that fun stuff. They keep sending those, and it's just a really cool thing for them. And that's a really cool way to sneak in there. Who wouldn't like a postcard, you know?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I just had a really good idea. I say
what is your idea?
People are gonna be like, this is the stupidest thing ever, but that's why I say it's a good idea. All right, postcards. It's like, you know, the stereotype, you're like, wish you were here type postcard. Is a recruiter do a wish they were here? Put like the candidate's information, like NPC the crap out of that, and do like wish they were here, because it hits them at the company and stuff. How funny would that be?
That is hilarious.
I kind of want to try it.
I totally would.
It's tacky, but it'll work. Like, I guarantee you it'll get their attention. They'll laugh. They'll remember you.
Oh, for sure. And they're going to want to work with you. Like here's the thing. When it's really hard to find candidates, if you have really creative ways to stand out to hiring managers, they're going to equate that to, you have really creative ways to find contacts to candidates too. So it goes with that. Whereas if you, I hate to say it, when you're a little bit lazy and do what everybody else does and just do emails and maybe ping them on LinkedIn, try to cold call them once or twice, it's not going to cut it, because that's what every recruiter does. And so when you are able to stand out a little bit, you stand out in a way where they're like, maybe they also have different set of candidates because they approach this relationship differently. And it may not even be a conscious thought. It can be totally subconscious, but it does leave some kind of impression.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of unconventional funny things, number
6?
5 or 6 is bingo cards.
Okay.
Send them a bingo card with all the different things that hiring managers hear, like internal HR saying, I'm sending candidates over, or you got ghosted, you know, or they accepted a counteroffer, and basically say, if you get like bingo, give me a call. I can help you out with this.
I love that. What would you have, like, what are some like the fun things that you put on the card?
I would say stuff like accepting a counteroffer, getting ghosted, or internal HR saying, I'm sending candidates over today. 7 days later, still nothing is there. And just little quirky things that you hear from hiring managers and the main complaints that you've heard from working with internal HR teams. And, or even, I have a great candidate for you. And then crickets emojis, you know, and yeah, or even I'm the best recruiter ever from different recruiters. And whatever it will take for them to get those 5 to get bingo to then call you.
My God. I pay people do that. That's so funny. Number 7. This might hint that I'm hungry or just constantly have food on my mind, but I saw this once and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Send a cake with a resume printed on it, or like using like icing piped onto it for the candidate. So you want to talk about like the ultimate NPC? It's really just a sheet cake for the entire, like your department or whatever else. But I laughed when I saw just like a resume screen printed onto it, because again, that they ate that cake, they looked at it, they remembered it, all that stuff. So creativity, more than anything, continues to win. So number 8,
for sure. Spotify playlist. It's unconventional. It's probably one of the most low-cost things that you can do on this list. But basically, if you can string together a couple of songs where the song titles, they have a specific message or something like that, then totally send that over. It's a fun way to kind of like get their attention, and it's a really funny subject line. It's something like, hey, here's a Spotify playlist to help you cope with all the candidates that you're not interviewing, you know?
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Can be a little bit bold, but it's a funny and easy way to stand out, and especially if you can get a theme going. Obviously, like if you can't, like that's going to take some like curating and all that fun stuff, but it's a fun way to kind of like get started. You probably can ask AI to help you find all the different songs, and it's just a fun, different way of doing it.
My head already goes, and it's like, do you do the Broken Hearted playlist? Do you do like Rage Against the Machine playlist? All these different ones. Number 9, I'm going to take a page from your book. I'm going to let you talk about it though. Dad jokes. You're so good at them.
I love dad jokes. I told one earlier today on a call with a customer, and then it literally, anyways, it's a super lame joke. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of those. It's so easy to stand out in an inbox with a dad joke. And all the customers that have tried implementing the dad joke subject line, then you open it to get the punchline, they say their open rate is absolutely incredible. Their response rate is significantly above average. And it just works. And it's such an easy way to stand out, especially if it's related to the target profession. And yeah,
easy does it. All right, and then number 10. I'll say what it is, and I'm curious to hear how you would approach this. So this one's like be a little more like more serious. Not that the other ones weren't serious. You can absolutely do them; they'll work. But like, give away way more value than just one NPC. Like, send them a short list of 10 candidates and then their contact information. It's a demonstration of goodwill. It's a demonstration of trust. But when they can see the quality and caliber of the candidates you could present them, and you're just like, hey, take it, whether you want to use it or not, like, here you go. Do you ever try something like this before? Or like, what's your take on it?
I've never tried it outright like that, where I just literally sent all the info, and mainly because obviously I still wanted to actually get rewarded for that particular effort. But this is more of a long game. And
exactly.
One of the big things that I hear from in-house hiring managers is that they get emails from recruiting agencies saying they have all of these great candidates. And then when they say, okay, let me see them, I'm open to signing a contingency agreement. Can you at least send me a blinded resume or whatever? I would love to get something started. And suddenly the candidate is no longer available. They accepted another position and things like that. So there is a lot of mistrust when you are doing some NPC outreach. And if you are sending them candidates, even if it's just one with the actual contact info saying, hey, I know we don't have an agreement in place. I know I would love to work with you at some point. In the meantime, I have this really amazing candidate that has expressed interest of working for this particular position. I think they would be a really great fit for XYZ reasons. Here's all of their info. Go ahead, reach out to them. You do not need to sign anything with me. I would love to work with you in the future. Just wanted to kind of like show you my value. So it doesn't necessarily need to be like 10 candidates and all of their contact
Yeah.
info. That's a wee bit. But if you have a couple of really standout candidates, especially the ones where they were runner-ups in a search, you really, really love them, ask them, where would you love to work? And then just use that to send it over for free, essentially. That way you will have a really good relationship with the candidate. Eventually, they're going to need a recruiter, or they're going to hear about somebody needing a recruiter. You're going to stand out. So either way, that way you are going the extra mile for the candidates that were runner-ups, along with you deposited a lot of goodwill with potential hiring managers that when there is a hiring need, they will come to you.
Yeah. And you don't have to use your best NPC for those people. Like, you can just go and do just like a cold sourcing list, grab 3 to 5 people. But again, it's like, it's showing them you know how to find talent. It shows them like you understand the assignment. You work for this company. Here's the job that you've posted. Like, these are perfect matches on paper, so to speak. Yeah, don't give them all your top cards right off the bat, but you can at least show them like, hey, I get exactly what you're looking for. Like, this is just a quick example, but I've got even better candidates, or however you want to lead into that. But yeah, I think that's something where it's just like you said, put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, versus, oh, sorry, they're not there. Like, the kind of the skeezy NPC approach that some of us have seen before used in that way.
Yeah, and that's an easy way to stand out in a sea of distrust. You are essentially sticking out by saying, hey, I'm sending you a candidate for free. Here's their contact info, no strings attached. You can even put that into the subject line. They're going to open the email. They're going to check it out. And yeah, the more creative you get, the more likely you're going to hear back, and it's going to be in a positive way.
Yeah, spot on. So, all right, well, Viv, thank you for a fun one. That was 10. We flew through them pretty quick, but yeah, curious to see if anyone ends up using some of these, but hopefully we get some good stories out of it. Well, as we wrap, Becoming a Hiring Machine is a production of Loxo. If you like this episode, which I know we know you did, please make sure that you listen to another. You know where to find us. We're on YouTube. You can find the episodes on our website. We've got all of the show notes from this episode. You can find that in the description of your favorite podcast streaming platform. If you ever have questions, or maybe you've got number 11, 12, 13 that we should add to this list, send them our way, podcast@loxo.co. And lastly, if you love this episode, please make sure you leave us a quick rating in your podcast streaming platform. It's only going to take you 3 seconds, but it's going to help other recruiters like you to find us. So, all right, everyone, that's the show. This is another great Tactical Tuesday with Vivien. Until next time, bye, y'all.